Philip Kinnear's violent outburst exposes a web of deceit. Gabi Hernandez sent packing. Salem, USA, in a town built on clandestine meetings, swapped paternity tests, and the occasional possessed priest, residents have become accustomed to chaos. However, even the most jaded denizens of Days of Our Lives were left speechless this week following a brutal confrontation that blurred the lines between righteous fury and unforgivable violence. The secret is out. For weeks, a ticking time bomb of deception has been strapped to the Kuriaki's mansion, and it finally detonated during what started as a routine afternoon argument. The fallout, a stinging slap, a tear-soaked eviction, and the complete implosion of a relationship many fans hoped might survive the storm. The revelation. A truth too terrible to hide. It all began with the whispers that have haunted the corridors of Titan Industries. Spoilers confirmed that the long-hidden secret involved a scheme orchestrated by Gabi Hernandez, Camila Banis, that cut far deeper than her usual corporate sabotage. While details remain shrouded in mystery, rumors point to a manipulated letter from Victor's grave or a plot involving Philip's fragile prosthetic leg and his business standing. The core betrayal was personal. Philip Kinnear, Jean-Paul Lavoisier, who had finally begun to stabilize his life after years of battling his demons, walked into the Kuriaki's living room expecting a truce. Instead, he walked into an ambush of truth. Witnesses, namely Maggie and a very nervous Xander, reported that Gabi entered with her characteristic swagger, attempting to spin the revelation in her favor. But Philip is no longer the gullible heir he once was. He had proof. The look on his face shifted from confusion to volcanic rage in a matter of seconds. The confrontation. When words become weapons, how could you? Philip's voice reportedly cracked with a mixture of fury and heartbreak. I defended you. I went to war for you against my own mother, and you were playing me for a fool? Gabi, ever the survivor, tried to de-escalate. She raised her hands, her designer heels clicking nervously against the marble floor. Philip, let me explain. You don't understand the position I was in. It was business. It was always just business. But that was the wrong thing to say. For Philip, this wasn't business. It was personal annihilation. He mentioned the humiliation, the private moments they shared, and the way she looked him in the eye while lying. The tension became a physical presence in the room, thick and suffocating. As Gabi took a step forward, attempting to touch his arm in a gesture of false comfort, Philip snapped. The incident. A line crossed in a shocking, uncharacteristic move that left the show's producers warning viewers about disturbing content. Philip raised his hand and delivered a sharp, brutal slap across Gabi's face. The sound echoed off the walls. The gasp from the doorway, where Chloe happened to be lingering, was audible. For a moment, time stopped. Gabi stumbled backward, her hand flying to her reddening cheek. This was not the verbal sparring of corporate rivals. This was a visceral, physical violation. The woman who once schemed to marry Stefan, who blackmailed Julie, who ran Demera Enterprises, stood frozen, utterly devastated. Philip seemed almost as shocked as she was, but the rage quickly resettled over his features. He had crossed a line, but he was too far gone to go back. Don't you ever touch me, he snarled. Get out of my sight, and get out of this house. The eviction. No mercy in Salem. The verbal eviction was swift. Philip pointed toward the door, his voice dropping to a terrifying whisper. You are dead to me. If I see your face in this town again, I will destroy everything you have left. Gabi tried to summon her signature fire. You don't mean that. Philip, we can fix this. Fix it? He laughed bitterly. You can't fix rotten. Now get out before I call the cops for trespassing. Humiliated, bleeding emotionally if not physically, Gabi grabbed her purse. As she walked past the threshold of the Kuriaki's mansion, she paused. You just made the biggest mistake of your life, she whispered. But her voice lacked its usual venom. It was the sound of a woman who had finally met her match in cruelty. Salem reacts. Divisions deepened. The ripple effects were immediate. In the town square, characters gathered in shocked huddles. Kate Roberts is terrified. While she sympathizes with her son's betrayal, she knows that striking a woman, especially one as vengeful as Gabi, is a PR nightmare and a potential legal disaster. He's giving her exactly what she wants, Kate lamented to Roman. She will play the victim, and Philip will go to jail. Roman Brady is taking a hardline stance. Despite his history with the Kuriakis clan, the former police commissioner is disgusted. "I don't care what she did," he told Marlena. "In this town, we solve problems with evidence, not fists." Philip crossed a red line. Xander Cook is oddly conflicted. While he despises Philip, he also despises manipulation. Expect Xander to use this incident as leverage to take over Titan, arguing that Philip is too volatile to lead. The aftermath. A broken villainous. As the episode closed, we cut to the Horton Square fountain. Gabi sat alone, mascara running down her cheeks. The Queen of Mean looked utterly lost. For the first time in her Salem tenure, she isn't plotting a revenge, she is licking her wounds. "I've lost everything," she whispered to herself, clutching the strap of her bag, "and I don't even know if I deserve to fight for it back." Looking ahead, the Fallout fans should brace themselves for a dramatic shift in power dynamics. Will Gabi press charges, turning Philip into a pariah? Or will she use this assault as the ultimate manipulation tool, holding a criminal charge over his head to get what she wants? And for Philip, the question remains. Can he come back from this? Days of Our Lives has seen murders, affairs, and doppelgangers, but a hero turning physically violent is a difficult stain to wash out. One thing is certain in Salem. The secret has been revealed, but the war has only just begun. A shocking, uncomfortable, but brilliantly acted sequence that proves sometimes the deepest scars are the ones we see coming. Grade A for drama, D for domestic tranquility.